Explaining the different Lantern Corps. A group of elite space warriors who can forge anything with the power of their rings in 80 seconds or less. First Corps, the Green Lanterns. Based on the planet Oa, the Guardians in the universe serve as gatekeepers of the Green Lanterns, a sense of gods for the Lanterns, if you will. They scout all among the universe and choose which species are worthy enough to be selected to wield a Green Lantern ring. The Green Lanterns themselves work as space cops, sworn to keep justice throughout the galaxy, working and reporting to the Guardians of the universe within their respective sectors. The Green Lanterns represent the emotion of willpower and wear the color green. When being chosen for a ring, the person must partake in courageous acts of willpower to be noticed by the Guardians so a ring can be sent to you. Or, you must be chosen by a past Lantern and given the ring as a replacement. A Green Lantern must charge the battery once a day to maintain its power or the ring will die. Their main power battery is located on their home planet Oa, which is located in Sector Zero in the middle of the DC universe. Every Lantern has an arch nemesis and weakness, and the Green Lanterns are the Yellow Lanterns, aka the Sinestro Corps, who represent fear. They also have a weakness to the color yellow itself. Green Lanterns also have a strength when paired next to the Blue Lanterns, who represent their emotion of hope. They receive a power boost, increasing the strength twofold. Most notable Green Lanterns are Hal Jordan, John Stewart, Guy Gardner, Kyle Rayner, Alan Scott, Jessica Cruz, Kilowog, previous Green Lantern Sinestro, and of course Mogo, the Living Planet. Underrated ones are Chip, Tomar 2, Gaily Zed, and Simon Baz because he has a gun. Green Lantern has an oath, and this is the Green Lanterns. In brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might be around my power, Green Lantern's light. Explain the Lantern Corps, a group of elite space warriors who can forge anything with the power of the rings in 80 seconds or less. Second Corps, Yellow Lanterns, or the Sinestro Corps. Named after the dictator Sinestro, the Yellow Lanterns are stationed on their home planet Ranix, the Living Planet, and also Yellow Lantern in Sector 3272 to serve as agents of fear for Sinestro. Once a Green Lantern, Sinestro just questioned the Guardians' law and order to be the protectors of the universe, rebelling against his once leaders. Using his powers, he cast his own sense of justice and ends civil war on his home planet Korogar, becoming a dictator. Sinestro was soon exiled by the Guardians on their planet Korogard, a reverse planet of the Guardians' home Oa. With the help of the weaponers of Q-Ward, they helped Sinestro create his first Lantern ring. Being on the reverse planet gave Sinestro the idea to harness fear instead of hope, and that day forward, the Sinestro Corps was born. The Yellow Lanterns represent fear and wear yellow, and the costume designs are made to try to look as scary as can be. Every Yellow Lantern ring must be passed by Sinestro, and the ring chooses its subject after they overcome a great deal of fear. It also targets subjects who install fear into others. Yellow Lanterns individually don't have batteries. They all charge the batteries together on the home world's main battery source. Sinestro being the only person to have an individual battery source within the Corps so he can charge wherever he wants. Every Lantern has an arch nemesis of weakness, and the Yellow Lanterns are Green Lanterns, as hope is a counter of fear. Unlike the Green Lanterns though, they aren't weak to the color green. Most notable Green Lanterns are Sinestro, Arkelio, Aemon Sur, son of the Green Lantern who gave Hal Jordan his ring, Albin Sur, and Lyssa Dark. Every Lantern Corps has their own oath, and this is the Yellow Lanterns. In blackest day and brightest night, wear your fears made into light. Let those who try to stop what's right burn like my power, Sinestro's might. Explaining the Lantern Corps, a group of elite space warriors who forge anything with the power of their rings in 80 seconds or less. Third Corps, and my personal favorite, the Blue Lanterns. Placed on the planet Odium in Sector 2628, the Blue Lanterns act as peacekeepers with the Green Lanterns, kinda like buddy cops. Created by previous Guardians of the Universe, Ganteth and Syed, who were banished from the Green Lanterns for being in love with each other. The two Guardians took to the planet Odium and embraced their emotions of hope, creating the Blue Lanterns. Blue Lanterns are the most selective Corps to get into, second behind the Orange Lanterns. Only the purest of hearts can even get a chance for a ring to get sent to them, as one must partake in the act of instilling hope in those around you to have a ring get sent to you. Blue Lanterns represent hope and wear the color blue. The Blue Lanterns see themselves as peacekeepers and pacifists, people who like to talk and reason first before attacking second. On their own, Blue Lanterns aren't as strong as other Lanterns due to their peaceful nature. But paired next to Green Lanterns, they boost both theirs and the Green Lantern's powers twofold. The Blue Lanterns do, however, have healing capabilities and can calm the minds of others, something other Lanterns can't do. They're also the fastest Lanterns out of all of them, and remove a Red Lantern's ring without killing them. Like other Lanterns, Blue Lanterns also have to charge their rings, however, they don't solely need a battery to charge their rings. They charge their rings through the emotions of hope and reciting their oath. Every Lantern has a weakness, and the Blue Lanterns is their lack of strength without a Green Lantern, but they can also weaken a Yellow Lantern, as hope counters fear. Most notable Blue Lanterns are Saint Walker, or Brody Walker, Hyen, Sorcery, and Brother Wareth, and Razor, who's a half blue and red lantern. Every lantern has an oath, and this is the Blue Lanterns. In fearful day and raging night, with strong hearts full, our souls ignite. When all seems lost in the war of light, look to the stars, for hope brightens bright. Explaining the Lantern Corps, a group of elite space warriors who forge anything with the power of their rings in 80 seconds or less. Fourth Corps, Red Lanterns. Located on planet Usmol in Sector 2814, the Red Lanterns act as intergalactic vigilantes expelling the hatred upon the galaxy. Created by their leader Atrocitus, formerly known as Astros, Atrocitus formed the Red Lanterns after the loss of his home planet and population on Rutut. Sent by the Guardians first attempt at a personalized police force, the Manhunters, the cybernetic machines laid waste upon Atrocitus and his population, killing all life within the sector of 666. Atrocitus, along with 4 other survivors of the massacre, were engulfed by their rage and hatred for the Guardians, and they swore they'd make them pay for destroying their home. Seeking refuge on the planet Usmol, Atrocitus and the survivors Starfires used blood magic to forge the first Red Lantern ring, and from that day forward, the Red Lanterns were born. Red Lanterns represent emotion and rage, wearing red, and they seek vengeance on those who personally wrong them, seeking to bathe in the blood of their enemies. Red Lanterns are easily the most tempting core to get into, as the Red Lantern ring targets and amplifies the user's rage, engulfing their deep hatred and pain. Once the user puts on the red ring, the dark magic within the ring replaces their heart, forcing the user to violently vomit blood, giving into their rage like a primal animal. Most members gain their ring due to the actions of someone else, resulting in them killing that person. Unlike other lanterns who have to recharge in some way, Red Lanterns need to keep their ring alive, bathing in the blood of their victim or their own, engulfing their rage to keep their rings charged. The ring serves as their lifeline. If it dies, they die with it, and the only way to remove them is with the help of a blue lantern. Every lantern has a weakness, and the Red Lanterns are the blue lanterns, as their hopeful nature can calm and nullify the effects of a Red Lantern. Some of members are Atrocitus and Dexter, Bleeze, the Butcher, Zelia Zox, and Skylux. The Lantern Corps has an oath, and this is the Red Lanterns. The blood and rage of Crimson Red, ripped from a corpse so freshly dead. Together with our hellish hate, we will burn you all. That is your fate. Explain the Lantern Corps. A group of elite space warriors who forge anything with the power of their rings in 80 seconds or less. Fifth Corps, Violet Lanterns, or Star Sapphires. Located on the planet Zamron in Sector 1416, the Star Sapphires act as agents of love and order, using their powers to protect their loved ones no matter what. Definitely the most controversial group out of all of them, the Star Sapphires were created by the Zamronian race, a race of female lanterns who left Oa, the Green Lantern's home planet. Seeking refuge on Zamron, they discovered a parasitic crystal called the Star Sapphire. Using the crystal in the sense of good, they originally used the crystal to empower women all across the galaxy who have gone through heartbreak, abuse, or any negativity that a woman would face. They had soon found that the crystal's power itself was too unstable. As a way of controlling its power, they turned the crystal into the Violet Power Ring, creating the Violet Lantern Corps. The Violet Lanterns represent the emotion of love and wear the color violet. Star Sapphires, meanwhile, due to their powers being drawn from Parasite, their emotional love can lead to some drawbacks. The corruption of the Violet Ring can cause the user to fall obsessive, even possessive of the person they're loved with being their weakness. It will go to drastic measures to make sure they're safe, even kidnapping and manipulation. Star Sapphires usually target heartbroken women and women that have been dumped or abused in some capacity. Those who show immense power of love, most notably when they chose one-on-one for a while. Violet Lanterns also have a history of taking revenge against those who have wronged them. Most notable was Carol Ferris, love interest of Hal Jordan. She was seen as one of his antagonists for a while during her early reign as Star Sapphire. Like the other Lanterns, the Star Sapphires have to charge their batteries, and just like the Green Lanterns, they use power batteries. Most notable members are Carol Ferris, Deborah Darnell, Fatality, Queen Agapo, and the Predator, the entity that powers the Star Sapphires. Lantern has an oath, and this is the Star Sapphires. Hearts long and last and full of fright, for those alone in blackest night. Accept our ring and join our fight. Love conquers all with violet light. Explain the Lantern Corps. A group of elite space warriors who forge anything with the power of the ring in 80 seconds or less. Sixth Corps, Orange Lanterns. Located on the planet Okara in Sector 2828, Larfleeze stands as the sole Orange Lantern, hoarding to himself a whole planet. Definitely the most interesting corps, the Orange Lanterns, or Orange Lantern, is all just one member. That one member being Larfleeze. Born into poverty in his homeworld, Larfleeze grew to be a thief, taking what he could to get by. One day, forming a band of thieves, he and his crew heard stories of a legendary treasure leading them to Okara, where they eventually found the Orange Lantern powered battery. Immediately, the battery controlled them all, pitting them against one another to try and take it, and Larfleeze came out on top, becoming the sole Orange Lantern. Orange Lanterns represent the emotion of greed and wear the color orange, and while it may seem like the Orange Lanterns are weak, it is far from the case. The reason why Larfleeze is the only Orange Lantern is because the greed is so powerful it consumes him, not allowing him to share the power's battery with anyone but himself. Now you may be asking why I keep saying lanterns if there's just one, but technically there could be more than one. Larfleeze can construct and summon the souls of the people he's killed, reanimating their bodies as dead Orange Lanterns. It's both cool and quite horrific. With Larfleeze being the only Orange Lantern, there's no recruitment process or ring being sent out. And like with the power battery, Larfleeze carries it around 24/7, keeping him fully charged and all-time powerful all the time. Interesting enough, the Orange Lanterns are the strongest corps simply because Larfleeze is so powerful and can overwhelm any foe he faces with dead other constructs. So powerful, in fact, that the Guardians of the Universe had to order a treaty for Larfleeze that no one will enter the Vega system, giving him free reign to an entire galaxy just for him alone to do what he pleases. Larfleeze is no pushover. He's so greedy that when all the Lantern Corps were preparing for battle and charging their rings saying their oath, Larfleaze's greed forced him to make an oath. And that oath is, what's mine is mine, and mine and mine, and mine and mine and mine, not yours. But the oath was later changed to, this power is mine, this is my light. Be in bright of day or black of night. I lay claim to all that falls within my sight. To take what I want, that is my right. Seems Larfleeze is so greedy that he can't make up his own mind. Explaining the Lantern Corps, a group of elite space warriors who forge anything with the power of their rings in 80 seconds or less. Seventh Corps, Indigo Tribe, aka Purple Lanterns. Located on the planet Nook in Sector 2814, the Indigo Tribe acts as a galactic freedom fighters, fighting against oppression in any way possible. Definitely the most dialect core out of the bunch, the Indigo Tribe was originally targeted by slavers who tried to capture the people on the planet along with the planet itself. It wasn't until Green Lantern Abin Sur had discovered the planet in need, helping its inhabitants, fighting against the planet's oppressors, winning the battle. Fearful of leaving the planet due to partially another attack, Abin Sur and the native upon the planet Natoromo found a wellspring of compassion and decided to harness the light, creating the Indigo Tribe. The Indigo Tribe represents the emotion of compassion and wear the color purple. The Indigo Tribe is meant to represent natives, and their core acts the same way, wearing forms of tribal or camo clothing. Tribes so different though is while they are a force of good, the ring gets sent to those who have committed terrible acts and feeling a sense of guilt or wrongdoing after the unsaid act. The ring acts as a sense of remorse, making them feel compassion to those around them. The tribe is meant to redeem others, making it an army of ferocious warriors fighting for good and redemption. Unlike the other cores as well, the Indigo Tribe not only holds a ring, but a power staff as well, giving the strongest to the tribe as it works just like a ring. Just like the other cores, the Indigo Tribe must charge their batteries, and the weakness being their own selves, having to deal with their compassion and guilt due to the wrongdoings they've done in the past. Most notable Indigo Lanterns are Naruku, Craven, Monk, and Slog the Slayer. Unique to the other cores, the Indigo Tribe's oath is said in their mother tongue, and non-tribal members don't know what they're saying when speaking the oath, so if the translation is off or wrong, I apologize. In sorrowful day and misfortunate night, we help those who need our might. With the lantern power of Abin Sur, we rid your misery with compassionate light. Explaining the Black and White Lanterns, the collective lantern corps outside the emotional spectrum. The Black Lantern Corps. Led by King of the Undead Necron, the Black Lantern Corps is full of deceased corps members of the unliving. With the main goal to extinguish all life within the universe, the Black Lanterns target those who are full of life and living, aim to harvest their hearts and bring them to their army. Wearing all black, the Black Lanterns represent death. Using his dark powers along with the corpses of other past Lanterns, along with Green Lanterns and other living beings throughout the universe, Necron has made a name for himself against the heroes. Most notably in the Blackest Night event, where thousands of undead heroes and corpses became Black Lantern zombies. Just like the corps of the emotional spectrum, the Black Lantern ring chooses its wielders by being dead and choosing those who have faced tragic or unnatural ends to their life. Now, just like the cores of the emotional spectrum, the Black Lanterns have to charge their rings, but their methods of doing so are quite disturbing. Not using a power battery, a Black Lantern ring is charged after each kill or removal of the heart from the person they killed. They can also feed off the power source of another lantern, stealing their power to charge their own like a parasite. Black Lanterns are essentially the zombies of the Green Lanterns, but with their power becomes death, their main weakness is life and light. A Black Lantern can be defeated by a strong source of light produced by a Green Lantern and another lantern, or just a highlight beam, as once the ring is destroyed, the corpse dies again. Black Lanterns are also weak to the white light of a White Lantern, but I'll explain that later in my White Lantern video. Just like the cores of the emotional spectrum, the Black Lanterns have an oath, and it goes, "Blackest night falls from the sky. Darkness grows as light dies. We crave your hearts and your demise. By my black hand the dead shall rise." Explain the Black and White Lanterns, the collective lantern corps outside the emotional spectrum. White Lanterns. Made for the sole reason to counter Necron and the Black Lanterns, the White Lanterns represent life itself. Wearing all white, the White Lanterns are usually made and depicted as the strongest lantern corps. White Lanterns are made up of all 7 emotions within the emotional spectrum of the lanterns, combining to make the White Lanterns. Many have worn a White Lantern ring, almost all the Justice League has, including half the heroes on Earth, but only 3 have worn the ring as leaders of the Corps. Those 3 being Sinestro, Hal Jordan, and most notable Kyle Rayner. Sinestro and Hal were given the rings the means of stopping Necron, absorbing the life entity to become the first few White Lanterns. But Kyle Rayner officially made the Corps after mastering all 7 elements emotions, combining them to become the first true White Lantern. The ring rarely needs to recharge, only doing so when the wearer embraces life around them. The White Lanterns are all powerful, so much so that they are so underused within the comic universe, only being shown primarily in Blackest Night event to defeat Necron. The White Lanterns, in fact, don't even have an oath, due to the Corps being so new and underused, but a common fan oath is shared within the comic space. And it goes, "In brightest day there will be light, to cleanse the soul and set wrongs right. When darkness falls, look to the sky, a new dawn comes, let there be light." With the White Lanterns being my final video on the Lantern Corps, I just want to thank y'all for tuning in for the series of Lantern Corps and me explaining them, hearing me yap about them. I will be finishing this with the Golden Lantern and the Phantom Lantern, 2 lanterns who aren't really noted in the Lantern Corps community, but I'll just give my little 2 pieces on them too. But I will be starting a new, basically little small series, basically explaining or just showing my favorite comic ships. I think that's what I'm going to hit towards next my page. So if you want more, tune in, subscribe, and just I appreciate every single one of y'all who are following, liking, and favoriting this video. It means so much to me, you don't understand. So yeah, it's easy, y'all. Also, go subscribe to my YouTube. It's in the YouTube page. Go link to my bio, link in the bio. Go subscribe to YouTube. I really mean it. Go on my YouTube.